Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm really excited to talk to you about a topic that's near and dear to my heart. My name is Carrie Waterman. I'm a floral consultant, educator, freelance designer, and I have a home-based studio in Nebraska where I specialize in our topic today, permanent botanicals. Today's permanent botanicals are incredibly realistic, versatile, and sustainable, making them an excellent alternative to fresh flowers in many applications. In this presentation, we'll cover three key aspects: quality, trends, and care and maintenance. Hopefully by the end of this presentation, you will have a due appreciation for permanent botanicals and how they can be used effectively in various settings. What exactly are permanent botanicals? These are high quality, lifelike artificial flowers and plants that replicate fresh florals and foliages, but offer the benefits of longevity and low maintenance. Today's permanent botanicals use advanced materials like silk, latex, and 3D printing to mimic nature as closely as possible. The popularity of permanent botanicals has surged in recent years, not just for home decor, but also in industries like hospitals, corporate design, weddings, and events. They provide the beauty of fresh flowers without the challenges of wilting, seasonal limitations, and ongoing maintenance. And with sustainability becoming a priority in design, more people are turning to long-lasting floral alternatives. As I mentioned earlier, we'll be focusing on three main areas today: quality, what makes a high-end permanent botanical stand out; trends, what's shaping the future of artificial florals; and care and maintenance, how to take care of them so they'll last a lifetime. To fully appreciate today's permanent botanicals, it helps to understand how far they've really come. People have been replicating nature for centuries. In ancient Egypt and China, artificial flowers were made from silk and gold and used to adorn palaces and temples. In the Renaissance era in Europe, wax flowers became a trend and a popular way to preserve beauty. And in the 19th century, France became known for crafting stunning silk flowers that were almost indistinguishable from real ones. However, by the 20th century, our permanent botanicals took a turn. Plastic became the dominant material, making them more affordable but far less realistic. So it wasn't until recent advancements in textile technology, 3D printing, and hand painting techniques that permanent botanicals truly became an art form. Today we see them everywhere: luxury hotels, upscale retail stores, high-end events, and celebrity homes. They've evolved from being a substitute for fresh flowers to a respected design element of their own right. So what makes a high-quality permanent botanical? Let's break it down a little bit. We've got material composition, color realism, stem and leaf detailing, durability, and touch and feel. I feel that material composition and touch and feel go together because that's where we're talking about what are these things made of. The best permanent botanicals are made from silks, latex, foam blends. They allow for soft petals and flexible stems. And there's also the Real Touch technology that makes them feel as realistic as they look. I've got a few samples here. I have a lower end tulip bush. You can see here that the petals are very flat. They're very one-dimensional. There's no color variation. There's no life to them. There is a little bit of ribbing in the petals, so it gives them a little bit of texture, but the leaf is very stiff. It's very papery sounding. It doesn't have a wire in it, so you can't bend it. These stems are wired, so that's good in that aspect, but this is definitely a lower end permanent botanical. And then we have the Real Touch stems. You can see right away the difference. The color variation, the way the leaves are shaped, the way the petals are shaped, the color of the stem, the color of the leaf, they're all very much more realistic looking. And these are the Real Touch latex. Look down inside, how realistic that looks. Like, aren't those beautiful? So the difference between this guy and this guy is unbelievable. So then we have color realism. Fresh flowers aren't a flat color. They have subtle gradients, tiny imperfections, and natural variations. High quality permanent botanicals duplicate that. They use airbrushing and hand painting techniques to create depth and realism. And a wonderful example of that is this beautiful bearded iris. Look at the color variations in that. Look how there's a deeper burgundy down in the throat, how it comes out to the blush. The yellows are shaded. It's just a beautiful sample of color variation and color realism in a permanent botanical. So let's move on to stem and leaf detailing. So pretty much all permanent botanicals have wired stems nowadays, allowing designers to shape and bend them to look like real flowers. But some other things you need to look at are the leaves veined? Do the stems have a natural curvature? Are there bumps and nodes? And is the stem a natural color? So all those things, I feel like that's where many flowers start to look artificial, is in the leaves and the stems. They do a wonderful job on the part, or a better job on the flower part, but there's a lot of times lacking detail on the leaves and the stems. So I'm going to show you an example of a permanent foliage that I think is a really nice sample. This is a baby uke, and look at the color in that. Look at the detail on the leaves. I swear, if you could just infuse some scent into this, it would be so close to the real thing. I don't think anyone would be able to tell the difference. And I feel that that's definitely something that is in the future of permanent botanicals, having them to be scent infused. So going back to your wired stem, I have this lovely stem of larkspur here, and you, as well as I, know that when you get these from your wholesaler fresh, there's always one in the bunch that looks like this, right? So when I'm designing with your botanicals, do that. Give them that dog leg. Give them a little bit of attitude, because that's what happens in nature. Nothing grows, nothing is perfect. They're perfectly imperfect, and that's what makes nature so wonderful. One of my favorite things about permanent botanicals is their durability and forgiveness. You can bend them, you can twist them, you can throw them on the ground, you can step on them, you can do all the things to them, and they pretty much look just like they did when you took them out of the box. They're definitely more forgiving than fresh flowers. You can't typically pop the head off of your fresh flower and then just stick it back on. Maybe a little touch of glue and she's good as new. So durability, forgiveness, my two favorite things about permanent botanicals. Now that we understand what makes a quality permanent botanical, let's talk about some of the biggest trends shaping the industry. Sustainability is at the top of the list. Prioritizing eco-friendly options, manufacturers are now using recycled fabrics, biodegradable materials, and water-based dyes. Customization and mixed arrangements. So one thing that used to be such a faux pas in the floral industry was mixing fresh and permanent botanicals together. Seeing designers are incorporating permanent elements to enhance longevity, and you're still able to keep that natural look. And this is so useful for large scale events and installations where you have those big, the chandeliers, the big archways, the huge table arrangements. So they're blending the two mediums together, and it's making for long lasting, sustainable arrangements that are still beautiful and still have that natural feel, because you're adding the fresh flowers afterwards. So trend number 3, biophilic design, bringing nature indoors. As workplaces and commercial spaces embrace this, we're seeing permanent botanicals used to create green walls, hanging gardens, and lush indoor landscapes. So you have the appearance of nature without all the maintenance. And our final trend is 3D and AI design. Technology is pushing the boundaries of what is possible. Companies are using 3D scanning to replicate real flowers down to the microscopic level. And AI is being used to create more natural looking arrangements. Have you guys tried AI? What an amazing tool. Moving on to our third topic today, maintenance and care. So one of the biggest benefits of permanent botanicals is that they're so easy to maintain. Here are a few tips that I like to use to keep my permanents looking brand new. So give them a regular dusting. You can use a small brush, like a toothbrush. You can use a microscopic rag. My favorite is the compressed air that you use to clean your computers. That's always fun. If they're really dirty, you can rinse them gently in cool water and let them air dry. I've had customers bring arrangements in that have needed to be been on their wall for years, and they are in love with the arrangement and they love the colors and can I reuse the flowers, but they have this lovely film of dust on them, and I've been known to take them apart and give them a little scrub with some mild soap in the bathtub and let them air dry, and they come out almost as good as new. It's amazing. And I was able to reuse some of their flowers and get them the same look that they had before. And that's just another example of how sustainable and cost-effective permanent botanicals can be just for your regular consumer also. Storage, I like to keep my stems in plastic totes with a lid that seals. I typically buy the longer ones so you can lay your stems flat, and I'm always amazed at how many flowers I can get into one tote. They stack really well. They don't rub off on each other. Another way to keep your flowers longer is a UV protectant spray. So make sure you can buy those at any craft store. So if you know that your florals are going to be outside or in a sunny spot, make sure that you spray them with a UV protectant spray. It definitely adds life. It really does add longevity to your permanent botanicals. So just using these few tips and tricks, you should be able to make your flowers last for many years to come. Oh, so we've covered 3 areas today. We've covered the importance of quality, the latest trends shaping the industry, and how to take care of your flowers so they look beautiful. Permanent botanicals offer longevity, sustainability, and endless creative possibilities. So whether for home decor, commercial spaces, or event design, they are transforming the way we think about florals. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned today. Permanent botanicals have come a long way from their early days. They're no longer just an alternative to fresh flowers. They're a design element in their own right, offering beauty, durability, and versatility. We've talked about the importance of quality, how materials, craftsmanship, and realistic detailing make all the difference in creating botanicals that are nearly identical, that are nearly indistinguishable from fresh flowers. We've explored the trends driving the industry forward, from sustainability technology, showing how innovations are making these florals more beautiful and eco-friendly than ever. And we discussed care and maintenance, which is so important when you want your flowers to last. Whether you're a floral designer, an event planner, or simply someone who appreciates the beautiful decor, permanent botanicals open up a world of creative possibilities. They allow us to design without limitations, no seasons, no wilting, just lasting beauty that can be shaped, styled, and enjoyed for years. Thank you for joining me today. I hope this has given you some insights and inspiration to go out and explore the world of permanent botanicals. Thank you.